Hey kids, we are back at the workbench. So I have the Gibson SG here. Oh, well, before I start, let's say welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. So this is the live streaming auxiliary channel of Guitar Quackery. And I almost forgot, I need to send the link to this customer. Yeah. Which I always do, unless I forget, which means I don't always do it. Okay. And paste. Paste and send. Whoop, it just went out. You are watching a live stream or a replay of one. So this means this is going to be long. The last one was an hour long. So if this is not your thing, perhaps you can check out the main channel, which does not have any live streams. So it might be easier to watch through the videos there. I only publish produced content on Guitar Quackery. This is Guitar Quackery Live. The other channel is Guitar Quackery. But if you like both, you can subscribe to both channels. Some people like both. Now, here you can catch me live in real time as I work on a customer's guitar, or maybe my own guitar sometimes, maybe. I haven't done it yet on the live stream, but yeah, I might. And you might be able to ask me questions. But my screen right now is over there. I need to put another screen here so I can read the comments or the chats as they're happening while I work. Okay? So for now, it's like this. In the future, if this channel becomes popular, I might afford to buy an extra screen to put it right here, so we can talk while I work. So here I have the fret shield on this Gibson SG. I just polished the frets, and now I'm doing a procedure called buffing. And since I am using a fret shield, this becomes an easier procedure, more efficient. So I did send the link to the customer, but I see that no one's watching yet. Now, you might be wondering, what are those things? Well, if this is your first time watching, if this video is the first one you're watching, then you wouldn't know what those things are. But if you just watched the previous video, then you know that those things are tools that I made to polish the frets. And I just saw that a viewer logged on. Right there, I noticed there's one viewer. It could be the owner of this guitar. I don't really know. I don't see who's watching. But people watching do see me, which is what watching means. Yeah, which one did I just do? This one? No, this one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm covering everything. So these frets are going to be highly polished and buffed. A premium fret polish. And I really hope that this is going to be the correct fret crown height for this customer. What we did on this guitar is we did a level crown and polish because the frets were a little too high and the crowns were not radiused properly for him, for his playing comfort. So I had to take off some height, take them down to a lower height, and recrown them. I talked about all that in one of the previous episodes on this playlist. All right, I guess I kind of ran out of things to say. Sorry. That's one thing about doing these live streams. Sometimes I don't really know what to talk about. Well, I guess I know what to talk about now, at this exact moment, since I am talking. All right. When the Fret Shield first came out, I didn't like it because yeah, I couldn't like really polish the frets the way I wanted to on that one guitar that I worked on. But it actually has its uses. On a Gibson with fret nibs, it's great because it protects the fret nibs from the buffing wheel. The buffing wheel can't even touch the fret nibs, those plastic fret nibs. So this is one reason why I'm using the Fret Shield on this particular guitar. So if you tape off the fretboard on a Gibson with fret nibs, you leave the fret nibs exposed because the tape wraps around the neck. But here, the fret nibs are below the surface of the fret shield, and we don't want to buff them. But I have good access to the frets, to the crowns, so I can do a good job in this case with the fret shield. I can't always use the fret shield. So that's the thing. It's a tool. It can't be used for every situation. It can make my work more efficient in most cases. All right. So, because I lower the fret height, I am going to work on the nut. I saved the old strings. They're still attached to the tailpiece, which is in the case. So I'm going to reattach the old strings and file the nut using the old strings. And then once I'm done with the nut, the setup will be very quick. So I think maybe this live stream will be half-hour long. About, we are 13 minutes into it now. And then I'll do a separate live stream for the nut. It's so easy to generate live streams, especially because I'm not just doing a live stream, right? I'm just streaming while I do my job. So I already have more live streams on this channel than I have videos on my main channel. And this channel's only been around for like 7 or 8 months, something like that. But I don't have enough subscribers yet. I need at least 1,000 to be able to fully monetize the channel, which I need to do. And I want to start a business channel, a guitar business channel. I already registered the name, Guitar Quackery Business. but I haven't posted anything yet on it. I feel sleepy now. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep, which is what feel sleepy means. That's because I'm sitting. Well, and because I haven't had much sleep lately. What time I go to bed last night? Well, I remember going to bed and then bringing my phone with me and watching guitar videos. And I can't even remember what videos I watched. I'm sure it would get back to me if I saw the thumbnails, I guess. I got 2 more frets left. It's warming up. You know, one of those things broke on me, the motor overheated. I think there's quite a bit of friction between the buffing wheel and the fret, which is why the motor gets so hot. Yeah, it's really hot. So, all right, so I'm done with this pass. First pass took 18 minutes, so it's going to take more than a half hour. Yeah, my time estimates are always off. So Dr. Jeffrey Boyle says that this channel is not for viewers with a low attention span. No. But I think it's also not necessarily about a low attention span. It's also about I mean, the videos here are really long, right? So it's just more practical to watch produced content. So I'm just removing some of the buffing compound, and I'm also buffing in the process. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference. But I do need to clean up the fret shield and the frets, so So any video that I ever published has a kind of like low viewer retention rate. And I stopped worrying about it. So I wonder if it's really maybe it's a false statistic. I don't know. I wonder if it's really like that. Because when we hover over videos with a mouse, it starts playing. The thumbnail gets replaced by a preview of the video, right? So I wonder if it counts that as views as well. I have a feeling it does. Because when I go to my viewing history on YouTube, it shows a bunch of videos that I did not view at all. So, but I might have hovered over, and I purged them from my history because I don't want YouTube to think that those are videos that I even want to watch. So this is why I go through my history and I just purge videos that I don't want in my history, including videos that I watched and that I thought were bad. Because how would YouTube know that I don't want to watch those videos? So that's the thing with AI. It really is not intelligent. It just is able to process information more quickly. And quote unquote analyze. Yeah. All right. I wonder, so this new thing is different. It spins faster, I think. So I'm going to try 2 bars instead of 3. Nah, it doesn't have power. 3 bars then. Yeah, so one thing I noticed that there are a lot of YouTube creators that are just advising people on how to grow a YouTube channel, and that's all they do on their channels is just how to grow on YouTube. So they have millions of views, but you know, I think it's the niche. I think anyone with a YouTube channel that teaches you on how to be successful on YouTube is going to have a lot of views and subscribers. right. I don't know what to say. I'm polishing. They look good. I hope the customer will feel the improvement that he was hoping for. And if not, then I guess I'm gonna have to redo the job. Oh. 4 more frets. I'm gonna do a video, upcoming video. I already have all the recordings from the shop about Gibson warranty. Some people are having trouble properly filing for a Gibson warranty. And doesn't need to be that way. So a customer contacted me because he contacted Gibson for warranty service, and he said they were giving him a hard time. So after he explained to me what he was trying to do through warranty, I said, well, no, they're not giving you a hard time. You know, it's not what you're asking for is not covered by warranty. But then he was describing some issues with the guitar, and I had a suspicion that the guitar might have an overset neck in addition to the issue that he was calling about. And the issue that he was calling about was dryness. So they don't cover dryness issues because it's up to the customer to take care of the humidification. So I made a couple of videos. I'm just plugging this in to charge the battery. So Jeffrey is asking, do you know what year this SG was made? You know, the customer told me. I forgot. We can look at the serial number, I guess. It's got one of those wider headstock shapes. Yeah, so the Gibson warranty thing. So I said, your guitar probably has an overset neck in addition to... Is that how it went down? I don't know. But anyway, it turns out the guitar had an overset neck. So, so we made some videos. But now, the problem was that, you know, he had already contacted Gibson and started the whole thing about a dryness crack. And that's not covered, right? So I said, okay, listen, I'm going to try to help you out by making some videos for Gibson to watch. And the problem is that you already talked to them about the dryness crack. And that now doesn't help. So we made the videos. the before and after video. So I rehumidified the guitar. So I made a video before and took down all the measurements in the video, so you could see how I measure things. And then an after rehumidification video. So Gibson responded that they watched them, and they did watch them because I see the view count. They were private videos, non-listed, right? So only people with links could watch them. And they didn't 100% agree with some of the things that I did. And I disagree with them disagreeing, just to be clear. I can explain all that in the video that I'm going to publish. But I want a resolution first. So now the guitar was sent back to Gibson, and it dried up again. So I told them, your guitar is going to dry up if you don't humidify it, or I guess if you ship it without a humidifier inside or something, right? We don't know what's going to happen by the time it gets there. So the crack was closed, but I didn't glue it. So the guitar was rehumidified. But when it got there, the crack was open again. And the reason why I didn't glue the crack was obviously because I wasn't doing a repair job. I just wanted to help him with the warranty to get his guitar replaced. So why pay me for regluing a crack if he might get his guitar replaced? And where I put the tissue? Yeah, so he sent the guitar back. It's with them, and you know, it's been there for like 2 or 3 weeks. Last week I texted him and said, "What's up?" He says they're still rehumidifying. So no amount of rehumidification is going to fix that neck angle, but I guess they're trying. Now the question is, well, a guitar with an overset neck qualifies for an exchange because it's a factory defect. But dryness crack does not. So are they going to honor the warranty if the guitar has a dryness crack? So to me, the dryness crack has nothing to do with the fact that the guitar was built with an overset neck. They should replace the guitar. And to be honest, even dryness cracks are questionable, because the wood should be properly dried up before being used to make a guitar. Yeah. There are guitars that dry up and never develop a dryness crack. So the wood should be properly dried up, and the guitar should be assembled at about 30% humidity. If you don't do that, then the odds are the guitar will be more susceptible to dryness, which is why when you buy an acoustic guitar, especially if you spend a lot of money on it, it's a good idea to look at the serial number and try to determine when the guitar was made. So if it was made during the summer, if the factory didn't have proper humidity control, that guitar will probably be more susceptible to dryness. But if it was made during the winter, when they were heating the factory space, and probably the air was drier when they were actually assembling the body, gluing into everything together. Well, everything was dry when it was assembled and glued together. So when when dry season comes, the guitar will feel right at home. Most likely. There are no guarantees, right? Especially with Martin guitars, because they crack all the time. I wouldn't trust them. Sorry, Martin, if you're watching. But, I don't feel bad about talking about the truth about guitars. I mean, guitar factories have the opportunity to make a guitar. They have all the tools, the knowledge, the equipment, the workers. Just, make a guitar properly. And then we won't have anything to criticize. That's how I feel. So I just took in a guitar today, a Martin. Actually, I was live streaming the assessment of it. There was still a price tag inside. I think $3,400, $3,399. It did not develop a crack, but the soundboard completely collapsed, and we had some fret sprout. Now, I would argue that if you dry up the wood and you assemble it in low humidity, the way you're supposed to do it, you're not going to have fret sprout. So the factories don't cover dryness issues like fret sprout. No, fret sprout, actually they do, some of them. Fender, Gibson, they do. So on a Gibson with fret nibs is different, but on a Gibson Studio, or Gibson also covers Epiphone and Kramer, right? So I know that they cover a fret sprout, but not dryness cracks. So now I don't know about Martin. Do they cover fret sprout? I'm not sure, because Martin has its own qualified technicians. A lot of people don't want to sign up for that because they don't really pay well. So what's the point? And that's, something to keep in mind. So if you take your Martin guitar to an authorized service center, just know that Martin doesn't really pay well for the service. So I'm not saying that they're not going to do a good job. I'm just saying, they're not going to spend too much time doing it. Because it simply doesn't make sense. And yeah. So how warranty works basically is the manufacturer pays for the repair, instead of the customer, right? Gibson actually pays well. Fender, not really. So, okay. And Martin, from what I hear, not really. So I know a couple of people that repair Martin guitars through, that are authorized to repair Martin guitars. Taylor, not really from what I hear. So for example, if a customer brings a guitar with a soundboard crack, I can assess it, and every soundboard crack is not the same, right? So we can negotiate the price, or I can charge by the hour, or now that I'm live streaming, or whatever, right? So now, yes, I am charging by the hour any structural repairs, for any structural repairs. But with a, let's say, Martin warranty, they're just going to tell you we pay so much, I don't know what it is, $100 or whatever, for a fracture repair. So what kind of repair is that going to be? I don't know. I guess it's going to depend on the technician. And keep in mind, sometimes when a fracture is repaired, there's no, depending on how it's repaired, there's no going back. So on a fracture, you should use only protein glue. Either fish glue is what I like to use, with a reinforcement also with fish glue underneath, or hide glue if you think you can do it within that very short open time. And that can go wrong, right? That's taking a risk. It can be done, but if you use tight bond on that fracture, that's it. That's a one-time repair. So what kind of glue is an authorized Martin technician going to use for a fracture repair? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that they're going to use tight bond. I'm just saying, if they do use tight bond, and then there's something to be repaired in the future with that fracture, it's really not the same as if they had used some kind of protein glue. You know, they make rabbit glue? Yeah, out of, from rabbits. So what I'm looking at here is this. You can see, if I zoom in, that we had a wound string in this saddle. Okay? And this is this side. And here we had a plain string. You can see the witness line. So I know that the bridge goes this way instead of the way I like it, which would be this way. So this way. Okay? That's how this bridge is going to go back, because we already have a little bit of wear and tear on the saddles. so it goes back this way. We raise it a little higher than we need to. And now the question is, should I clean this now or when I restring it? I'm just going to clean it after I restring it. These are the old strings. Because I'm using the old strings as sacrificial strings to work on the nut, right? And this is not an Epiphone, so it doesn't have the two clips there to hold the tailpiece. So what I like to do is use this. Oh, and this needs to go a little lower, I think. I will do like setup adjustments later. For now, I just want to worry about the nut. So these strings go back. This is the headstock. Oh, I was going to look at the serial number, right? Now, I don't know if the customer wants it to be known or not, so. What is this? 00257. What is that? Year 2000? I always forget how these numbers work. No, it's not, right? It's 2002? I'm going to look it up. Or you guys look it up. 0025. What is that? What year is that? Yeah, I'm not a dealer, so I don't really worry too much about serial numbers and how they work. So I am just putting the strings back where they once were. Is this camera out of focus? No. Is it? A little bit, yeah, it was. So it's annoying to put old strings back, but I'd rather do that than open up a new pack and then throw the strings away. Gibson, right? And that's my trick, so I don't lose the truss rod cover. Okay, now the real annoying strings to untangle are the, oh, look at that. It's already untangled. And it's so easy to stab your finger on these strings. I'm just going to put this, oh look, they untangled. Oh, wow, amazing. See, I started complaining, and there's nothing to complain about. So this is working out better than expected. All right, whatever. Okay. So, now I can remove this. I'm going to tune the guitar somewhat. The bridge is too high, the action is too high. No problem, I just lower it a little bit. I'm not doing the setup yet. It's not that important if the bridge is too high. I'm going to take another break. This is 52 minutes and 56 seconds into this live stream. Oh, we're picking up viewers, but sorry you came to the end of it. I'll be back. I think I'm going to finish the nut tonight. And, you know, I just realized that I don't have a pack of strings that he wanted. So let me see. Let me check the work order here. Gibson. Yeah, XS 11 to 49, and I think I'm out of XS 11 to 49. Yeah, the inventory says that I have a pack, but they're not here. Maybe I put them aside for this project. I don't know. So if I don't have them, I will not be able to complete the job tonight completely. And it seems like I don't have a pack. Yeah. I'll look. I'll take a short break. And I will, not jobs watching, not jobs watching a nut job. Guilty as charged. Also, have we figured out what year this Gibson is? There we go, Gibson.com. And where do you find this? Serial number, look up. Let me see. I know it's on the Gibson web. Gibson. Serial number search. Okay, so a Gibson custom, that's not a custom. Okay. So no, they don't manufacturing. Please note that most of the information. Year, day. Year, day, year. Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Year, day, year. It's a 2007. if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I don't believe I have a pack of strings for this guitar. So I'm going to take a short break. And I am going to, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, I think I'll cut the nut tonight. Well, we'll see. If I don't come back, that means that I changed my mind. But I think there's an 80% chance that I will. How about that? All right, my friends. So I see 8 of you are watching, but only 5 likes. What am I doing wrong? Okay, what do you want to see? What can I do for you? For the other 3 people that haven't clicked like. So you subscribe to this channel if you want to catch me live. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. If not, no problem. Oh, Dr. Rami liked. Thank you, Doctor. What else? Yeah, you can also, so the channel's not monetized yet, so you can't do like super thanks, but you can buy me a coffee. There's a link below. You can click it, and it says buy me a coffee. Thank you. All right, my friends. So let me go, and I think I'll be back. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.